Hi, my name is Christy. Welcome to my second longer YouTube video. I'm really excited that you're here. We're gonna warm up. Instead of doing a regular health bounce, we're gonna go wider. It's a wide health bounce. And if you have a handlebar, you can kind of use it and just do this little number. I like the way it makes my back feel. Or if you don't have a handlebar, you're just gonna slightly bounce like this. I like to just do some shoulder rolls and just get things warmed up. I'm really excited because today is going to be a walking theme. We're going to do some walking moves on the rebounder. If you don't have a rebounder, you can do them on the floor. So our very first move is going to be jog in place. Now, if you can't lift your feet up, that's okay. I want you to then just do a little bounce. You can just basically move your knees like this. Now, you can stay there. Don't be discouraged if you cannot do anything else. This is great. Remember, like I said in my first video, it is you versus you. All right, for the rest of us, we're going to just slightly lift our feet, kind of warm up, get into that, start getting our heart rate up. Now you can go as fast as you want, but remember, I think the best object would be to dig down into the mat. That's rebounding. You might see a lot of rebounder instructors do a lot of bouncing up, that's a great way to get your heart rate up. But if you want to do more toning and tightening, you really want to envision digging down into the mat. So this is our first walking move. Remember, you can make it as gentle as you want. If you have a handlebar, use it. If you don't have a handlebar and you're like, I want one, I challenge you to get one. They're great. Now, if you're wondering, this is my Cellerciser. I fell in love with rebounding years ago, but it wasn't until Christmas time when I invested in a Cellerciser that it completely transformed my legs and it transformed my confidence. I don't claim to have a perfect body or perfect legs, but I have a before and after, and it's a pretty, in my mind, significant difference. I really changed my quads, my hamstrings, my glutes, my hips, really just toned and tightened them. I also like to walk, so not all of it is from the Cellerciser, but a good amount of it is. I also like to lift weights at home a few times a week, but I really attribute the changes to walking and my Cellerciser. If you don't have a Cellerciser, that's okay. Use the rebounder you have. You can tell my heart rate is already raising. I'm not doing anything crazy. I'm not jumping up, doing crazy hit. Now, if you like those things, I'm not knocking them. But in my life, I'm prone to a lot of stress. So I try to find things that keep my cortisol levels low, my stress levels low. All right, we've been at this move for a while, so let's move wider. We're going to do the same thing as we were just doing it, but wide. Okay. Going to continue to dig into the mat. I can feel it, the engagement in my glutes. I can actually feel it in my hamstrings, but you want to feel it in your quads or your glutes more. There's different things you can do. I'm going to show you. Now, the first one's the easier one. You want to feel it in your quads. You're going to basically envision a mini squat. And you can go down as low as you want or just a little bit. Either way, that's going to activate the quads. You can use your handlebar if you need the support. I like to angle my feet out, or you can do this. When I angle my feet out, I feel it more in my inner thighs. That's a stubborn area for me, as it is for a lot of women. So I like to feel it there and my quads. So I like to get that muscle burn. Some people think rebounding can put on muscle mass. I personally don't think it does. But drop in the comments if you've noticed a difference in you. I've noticed that I still need strength training, but I like rebounding for toning and tightening, all that. So, like I said, find what works for you. You don't have to feel like you got to do it all. Now, the next version, if you've never learned this before, is a hinge. So we're going to envision bringing our glutes, our booty to the wall. Okay, just a tiny. Have you heard of an RDL? That's when they go like this. You keep your back straight. Except for we're not going to do a full RDL. We're just going to do a slight one. So envision butt to back, okay? And now we're going to do the same thing. And if you do that right, you're going to start to feel, you're going to feel it in your glutes more. I love feeling it in my glutes because when I started doing moves like this, I noticed that my glutes were lifted, especially with the Cellerciser. Really, that's actually the only time I noticed. When I started changing up the way I worked out, and instead of jumping high, I started working out intentionally with moves like this, digging to the mat, hinging, squatting, and then I noticed my glutes are lifted, my hips are filling out nicely, my quads are looking good, my inner thighs, like I said, very flabby before, starting to get, I wanted to show you the real deal. I'm not going to claim to have, I'm finally confident in my legs, and honestly, that's just what I want for you ladies, is to be confident and feel beautiful. We are all fearfully and wonderfully made. So if you're not loving the hinge, go back and do more of this. See the difference, the subtle difference? Now I feel it in my quads. Change it up. You can just change it up, go back and forth. Let's just do that for fun. Woo, I feel that glute burn. Telling your body like, whoa, what are you doing? I feel it in my inner thighs. I feel it right down here. Keep your body guessing. All right, let's pop up. Take a little break. All right, our next move, this is going to be easier on my heart rate. Going to go very narrow. This one is a lot easier if you have a handlebar because this requires a little bit of balance. We're just going to lift our heels and do like a little prance. Bring your shoulders to your ears. Now, I can still do it without the handlebar, but I prefer the handlebar. Even one hand. Okay. I like this to get my heart rate down, this move. Now, if you cannot even lift your heels, like I said, just do. And if that's too narrow for you, bring it a little bit farther apart. Everybody's body is different. So just do this move. You can still do the prance. I feel like I'm on like, what is it, an elliptical? What's fun is the Cellerciser to me is a total gym. I truly feel like if all I did, now I told you I did strength training, but I honestly believe if I stopped that and I was like, look, this is too much for me, I'm not enjoying it, which to be honest, I enjoy the Cellerciser. I look forward to it. I crave it, but I kind of have to make myself walk. But in the middle of my walk, I'm like, oh, it feels good. But I actually have to make myself, I don't have to make myself use my Cellerciser. Strength training, I have to make myself. So what I'm trying to say is if I only kept the Cellerciser, I feel like I would maintain my muscle mass because I eat enough protein. And this still has the high resistance mat. Now, I don't think I would like put on muscle mass, but I'm happy with where my body is at. I'm at a place where I just don't want to lose it. I'm 38, and as we age, we have to be careful. We want to make sure we keep our bone density up, our muscle mass. We need to, have enough, either using a weighted vest while we're walking or using rebounding or lifting some light weights. Like, it's important to take care of our health. All right, now we've done that. Like there's a hair on me. Now one of my favorite moves is the out, out, and in. You can go as slow as you want. And if you can't lift your feet, just go back to doing this. So we're going to go out, out, and in. You can go dig into the mat, remember? Go fast or slow. You versus you. I'm going to say that a lot. Now, while y'all are doing that move, I'm going to come down on the floor to show those that don't have a rebounder. This was move number 1, marching. Now you can just make it really nice and slow. So important to move our bodies, whether it's a rebounder, walking around the house, walking outside, because like I said in my first video, most of us are very sedentary and we have jobs where we're sitting all day. So if you can, I challenge you, if you have a sit down job, if you can just get up my husband's smiling at me because he has a sit down job, and I try to encourage him, like, can you just get up once an hour and just walk, get your body moving, and that'll help your tiredness, that grogginess as well. All right, so what was move 2? So you can really get those knees up, or you can just walk it out, or you can go straight into that out, out, and in. If that's too fast, just make it fun. Jimmy, can you hand me my dumbbells? I forgot again. I did that in the first video. But this is to show you that this is real. There's no editing. It's not perfect. It's just you and me. Thank you. I love this for just an extra cardio burst. And I've started incorporating it into my rebounding just for an extra cardio. These are 3 pounds. I would say get 1 to 2 pounds. These are even pretty heavy for me. Like I said, you can go slower. And then that move right here, the little prance. Oh yeah. Getting a good little cardio burn. So I talked about neat in the first video. That's really important to walk your dog, park far away from the store, walk around the store, do the dishes, do chores, walk around your house. All right, so y'all were doing this move at your own pace. Don't compare yourself to anyone else. That's something I struggle with, comparison. Woo, I'm not gonna get into it on YouTube, but just know if you struggle with comparison or you struggle with not feeling like you're good enough, I've been there. I've been working on myself, not just physically, but mentally, spiritually, all the things. So our last move is going to be my favorite, walk. All you do is move your knees. Whew. You don't have to have these, but I think it makes it fun. I love this move for when I'm watching TV, when I just want to put some music on, just 5 minutes here and there. That's why I like to keep my rebounder out. You'll notice that if it's not a huge hassle, it's not a big eyesore, if you can keep your rebounder out versus stacking it somewhere, you're going to use it more. Your kids are going to use it more. And it's amazing to get even 2 minutes here and there. You don't always have to get a 20-minute session, a 30-minute session or more. You don't. This is great for your lymphatic system. It's great for circulation. It's great for that toning, especially if you're rebounding a certain way. You're going to get those toning benefits. Tighten the core. I'll talk about that in another video. A lot of people don't actually know how to brace their core properly. I found out I had diastasis recti, and that's where like you have a gap, and I had like a 3-finger width and a 4-finger width, and a lot of people with babies have that. I didn't even know I had it. So here I was, I remember working out at the gym, doing these machines and doing the sit-ups and all that, and that just makes it worse. But I saw a pelvic floor therapist, and I learned I had that, and I got it down to a 1-finger gap. Actually, when I brace my core, it's completely closed. The only way to keep it completely closed at all times, just when I'm, resting, is to have a tummy tuck. I don't have the money for that. So this is a healthy place to be. So if you're unsure, there's videos where you can check that. A lot of influencers will say, brace for impact, pretend like someone's going to punch you. That's not actually bracing your core properly. It's just too complicated for me to try to explain it right now, but you can reach out to me if you'd like more information on all that. Maybe I can do a video just on that. But yeah, that's not something you have to stress about if you don't know how to brace your core properly. But that was a game changer in my core strength as well. Just lightly engaging it right now. I don't even have a full, but just to kind of keep it simple, it's not bracing for impact. It's literally like imagining on the exhale, it's like a zipper, and your lower belly is going to tighten, not just the top part. Like right now, I can feel a real burn. I have more on my lower belly pooch, as most of us women do. I've accepted that. That doesn't bother me anymore. I've had 2 babies. It's okay, but that has gotten better with bracing my core properly. All right, we are going to end with a little cool down. And I like to keep my feet wide for this so that it gives me better balance. As you've noticed, the middle part is more squishy on most rebounders, and this has more resistance. That's just how it's designed. So we're going to breathe, inhale, exhale. So this is going to be a part where, to bring down our heart rates, this is a time you can breathe out through your mouth. Let's pretend like we're blowing out a candle. And that's just to kind of regulate the nervous system. And another time you can start doing that is when you're laying down in bed on your back or sitting up, and you can have a hand on your chest, hand on your tummy. And when you're feeling stressed, I've even taught my kids how to do this when they're stressed or to regulate, or where they're really worked up and crying. I'm like, let's do our breathing. So let's do that together. We're going to go up and breathe through our nose and out through our mouth. Ready? One more. It was a pleasure having y'all. And I just want to say this has been a very fun video. I'm excited. I don't know where this is going to take me, but I'd love to have your comments. I know a lot of people are shy and they're like, well, I don't want to comment. Well, just know if you do, it encourages me so much, and it gets pushed so more people, more women can see this. And this is just me being real and wanting not to just share fitness. My goal and desire, my ministry, if you will, has been to share with women that you can feel beautiful, you can feel fearfully and wonderfully made, you can have joy, and you can feel confident through your movement, because movement is my medicine. It has made a world of difference in my mental state, not just physical. So that's basically, in a nutshell, what I'm trying to share. So yeah, leave me a comment, subscribe if you haven't. I'd love to hear more from you. Thanks. Bye.